to Weeder Reviews.
We do reviews on movies, video games, and more, using both a kid's and an adult perspective. To start off this series, we're going to do our top 10 favorite movies. To start off my top 10, we have The Empire Strikes Back. My favorite of the Star Wars saga, completely mesmerized the whole time, such many twists and plots as you can imagine. And I just remember in the theater, right in this scene right here, talking to my dad, and turned around and I'm like, there's going to be another movie. And it was the foresight I had, and just fantastic, fantastic film. Next up, Almost Famous. Cameron Crowe's partially autobiographical story about a young writer who joins up with a band to, get his first real big interview. A great coming-of-age story, and my favorite scene of all time is the tiny dancer on the bus there. American Werewolf in London. Cheesy 80s flick, terrible acting, but for me, it was just the ultimate werewolf movie. The special effects were just something to see, something I had just never seen before as a kid. Then, with the silly romance, after about 5 minutes, they tell each other they love each other, and then all of a sudden, some naked American man ran off with my balloons. Great, great film. And then the ultimate, this is what a werewolf should look like, in my opinion. Next up, Reservoir Dogs. Quentin Tarantino's finest film, if you ask me. Such good acting, and just, it was all in one little area, but yet the whole movie just kept me on the edge of my seat. It was fantastic. The shootouts, the storyline, everything was fantastic. Next up, Jaws. One of the movies that, for this day, I still do not go into the ocean. Terrorized of sharks still to this day. This movie, again, as a kid, just blew me away, and just everything about it was scary, fun. The story was just, the characters were deeply done, and I just really liked it. Dazed and Confused, Richard Linklater's great film, if you ask me. Some classic line. I get older, they all stay the same age. Launched careers of such people as Ben Affleck, Mila Jovovich, and we all saw Matthew McConaughey back there. Godfather Part 2, finest sequel of any genre of any movie I could ever imagine. Starts off with a young Vito Corleone and tells his story coming up through the gangster life, and then transitions and also has some Michael Corleone and his rise to power and how he takes over. No matter what you think about Mel Gibson, Braveheart was a fantastic movie. 3-hour-long runtime, but between the romance segment, the battle scenes, and the grotesque ending there, one of my favorite movies of all time. Just fantastic. All right, second is Ghostbusters. Again, 80s comedy, fantastic in my opinion. I love the actors. I can quote the entire movie from start to finish. It's just so good. So many funny lines, so much memorable performances, and there's just nothing about this movie. I know having a comedy as your second favorite movie is probably not what you see from many adults, but my favorite comedy ever. And lastly, we have Goodfellas. Story about Henry Hill. Arguably, in my opinion, the most fantastically acted movie ever, from the kids to when they grow up. The interaction between Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro is just, you can feel everything. From the opening scene, which we see here, to midway through the romance part of the movie where they get married, till everything was just perfectly done. The soundtrack was excellent. We even had a short cameo by Samuel L. Jackson, not well known by that part, and then just everything through Henry Hill's life, from murder, mayhem, and then to the ultimate thing where he sold out his friends, which he promised he would never do. Next up, we got Sam's favorite top 10.
Hey guys, it's my turn now. Number 10 for me is going to be Monsters, Inc. It was just a really fun, original movie. I really liked it. It was just really cool. Number 9 is going to be How to Train Your Dragon. I always like this series just because I love all the dragons, and again, I love action and stuff like that, so this was really, really cool for me. Number 8 is going to have to be Thor Ragnarok. I really love Thor Ragnarok because Hulk is my favorite Avenger, and he was one of the main characters in here. And I really liked how Thor, really got to figure out his power, and it just wasn't just his hammer. And like how Hulk and Thor fought.
Lots of action too, so that's what we really liked about it, for sure.
I thought it was really funny too. Number 7 is going to be How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. I just thought this movie was really pretty, and again, the action was really cool, and it was just really cool, and I like dragons, so it's cool for me. Number 6 is going to be Avengers, the very first Avengers. And I love Avengers. This is just a really cool movie. I love all the action. This is just really cool, and Hulk was in there, and Hulk got a lot of good scenes, which I really liked. Number 5 is gonna be It. This is just an amazing movie. I loved every part of it. I watched it over and over and over, every second of it.
And over and over and over. Not that a daddy should ever let his kid watch this movie.
Yeah, it was just really cool. I love the clown, and I like how he can transform into things. And number 4 is going to be Jurassic World. I love the Jurassic series. It's just really iconic, and this is just a really cool movie. And I love the Indominus Rex, the kind of new one. Number 3 is going to be Incredible Hulk. As I said earlier, I love Hulk. And yeah, I just love the Hulk. He's really cool. I like how he's just got the greatest strength.
A lot of action in this one as well.
Number 2 and 1 is going to be Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. For Infinity War, I just really liked it because he won, like Thanos won, which was really cool. You really don't see that in a lot of movies where the bad guy wins. It was just really cool to me. And then Endgame was just amazing. It was 3 hours long, and it was just one of my favorite movies ever.
Worth every second of it.
Well, that's it for our top 10. Hope you enjoyed it.
And if you did, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. We'll see you on the flip side.